Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurul Fazlin binti Nor Azman. My metric number is 4161201008. So I am from cohort BMI 12B. So the scenario is a researcher wishes to study the mean difference of BMI among gender of 40 patients in a clinic, given the gender 1 as a male and 2 as a female. So, based on the scenario above, state the appropriate statistical analysis to study the mean difference of BMI among gender. This is for questions 1. So, the answer is, according to the scenario above, the BMI is a dependent variable, which one numerical, while the gender, which is included the male and female, is independent variable, which is one categorical. So the appropriate statistical analysis to study the mean difference of BMI among gender is independent t-test. So the parametric that's suitable for this study is independent t-test. The second questions is describe the null and alternative hypothesis for the above test in scenario. For null hypothesis, there is no mean difference of BMI among gender of 40 patients in a clinic. So that's mean there is no mean difference. And for the alternative hypothesis, there is mean difference of BMI among gender of 40 patients in a clinic. So it's mean there is mean difference, ada perbezaan. So the third question is explain and demonstrate how to check for 4 assumptions of the above test and state whether the data provided can be proceeded with the parametric test or not, and explain why. So the first test, the first is the appropriate that suitable is independent test. So the reason because there are numerical outcome and independent group. The assumption for independent test have 4, which is random samples, independent observations. In each group, the data is normal. The outcome is represented in the form of histogram or 2 group. Okay, the outcome will be represented dalam bentuk histogram, and the variance are not difference between 2 group, which is it is composed of homogeneity of variance, and have to look at the living test in SPSS output. So we have to look at the living test, okay, later, and the data provided can be proceeded with the parametric test, okay, which is the independent t-test. And because the data was normally distributed, okay, where the frequency distributions represented by a symmetrical bell-shaped curve. Okay, so we go to the SPSS. Okay, we have ID, age, gender, race, and IHD, and also the BMI. So we go to the analyze. We go to the descriptive statistic and choose the frequencies. And we put the BMI, okay, as a variable and click statistic. Then we choose the mean and median at the central tendency, and the dispersion we choose the standard deviation and continue. So we go to the chart, which is we choose the histogram and click the continue. So we click the OK. Then it will this is the histogram. Okay, this is the histogram, and the histogram we have to check whether it is normally distributed or in shape of bell shape curve. Okay, we click this one and choose the normal and close. So it will naik dalam bentuk bell curve shape. Okay, this one. So it is normal distribution. Okay, so here also we got the normal distribution of the bell shape curve. Okay, so the fourth questions, the question number 4 is show how to perform the statistical analysis. Step 1, click the analyze. Step 2, click the compare mean. Then click the independent sample t-test. Choose the BMI test variables and choose gender for grouping variable. Then we will click the define groups. Step 5, use the specified group values group 1 as 1 while 2 as group 2 as 2, and the group 1 represented as a male and group 2 represented as female, and then click the continue button and click OK. So I will show the statistical analysis, how to perform the statistical analysis. So first we will go to the analyze and we will choose the compare means and click the independent sample t-test. And for BMI, we will put it on the test variables and the gender will put it on the grouping variables. So we will go to then click the define group. Okay, group 1 as 1 and group 2 as 2. And we go to continue and press the OK button. So this it will come out the group statistic and also the independent sample t-test. Okay, this is the result from when we do the statistical analysis. All right, so questions 5, based on the SPSS output, explain the interpretation of the result. Okay, so we have the group statistic. Okay, we have the gender number, which male plus female, we have 4 patients. Mean, standard deviation, also the standard error mean. So the independent sample test, okay, we have the Levin test bahagian part and the test for equality of means. So the p-value for Levin test are not significant since the p-value is 0.99. So as the result is not significant, we will choose the first line. Okay, we will choose the first line. All right. So based on the interpretation of the result, we accept the null hypothesis since the p-value is more than 0.05. Okay, it's more than 0.05, which means the p-value is 0.79, which we see the SIG2 tail at the first line. And 95% of CI do cross 0, which CI is negative, equal to negative 1.31 and 1.69. Thus, we conclude on the null hypothesis. Okay. For the last questions, explain the conclusion on the finding based on your your analysis. So this is male mean. We get the from group statistic, okay, mean, and the standard deviation dalam kurungan. Okay, this one also, and the mean difference we get from this one, mean difference, okay, from here. And also the T we got from here, the T we got from here, okay. And the p-value is less than 0.05. So the mean of BMI between male and female patient in a clinic was not significantly different where P is less than 0.05. 95% of CI of mean difference is negative 1.31 and 1.70. So we were 95% sure that the mean difference of BMI among patients' gender lies between negative 1.31 and 1.70. So that's all from me. Thank you.